Hi everyone, it's Betsy with Easy Peasy, and I wanted to go over our summer schedule, our routine that I have when all 5 of my kids are at home. My 5 children are age 5 and younger, so normally the 4 and 5-year-old are in preschool and kindergarten, but in the summer months they are home and things can get a little crazy. So I did my research and I came up with a plan. We are 4 weeks into summer now, so this has been going on for 4 weeks. So I'm going to tell you what's worked really well. Maybe it'll help you with your summer schedule. The first thing, the most important thing I realized is the routine. The kids really thrive at the young ages in routine. And you can still, if you've got that routine, you can still break out of it and do something fun or something different that day. But to have a normal schedule you always stick with is really helpful. So I started with 2 prototype days. I got this idea from the Lazy Genius podcast. Love the Lazy Genius podcast. If you've never listened to the Lazy Genius, give her a listen to. Probably my favorite podcast right now. So very helpful. So she said, instead of planning the whole summer, instead of having this is what your perfect day looks like and you're going to do it every day, to have a prototype, make prototype days, as many as you want. So this is our camp prototype, this is our traveling prototype, this is whatever. So I have only 2 prototype days because my kids are very young and I don't want to have them too much for them to think about. So my 2 prototype days are our home days and away days. So I've made a routine for the days where we are staying home and we're not doing anything outside of the home, and days that are away days, which means that we go and do something usually in the morning hours. It's very hot here, so it's very rare that we do anything in the afternoon. So if we have an away day, this is what our schedule looks like. So we have home day and away day. So we'll start with the away day. Away day could be we go to the splash park, we go to the pool, we go for a play date, we have vacation Bible school, anything where we are away from the home. This is what it's going to look like. So I've made just an hourly schedule, and I keep this on the fridge because the 2 oldest ones are old enough to read what the time is and to know, to go look and say, okay, well, when are you going to watch TV? And they go and they look and they say, we can't watch TV until 2. Which I'll get to that in just a minute. So I have 7 a.m. when they get up. We have breakfast, get dressed, brush your teeth, all of that stuff. And then I have these first 3 hours blocked off. 8 to 11 a.m. is our away time, whatever we're going to be doing in the morning. We may not leave right at 8. We may be meeting someone at 9. We may be coming home earlier than 11. But this is the general guideline of what our away days look like. And then at 11 we have lunch, and then we have playtime. 1 to 2 p.m. we have independent playtime. If you have siblings that need time away from each other, this may be the key. Maybe you don't realize it, but this may be the key to help with the kids fighting with each other. Is we have a break in the middle of the day where for 1 hour they have to do separate activities. They're not allowed to talk to each other. They're not allowed to play with each other. And it is kind of hard sometimes to say, oh, but we want to play this game together. I know that if they are together all day, there will be more fights, more arguments, more things I have to referee. So from 1 to 2 p.m., we have a time where the 4 and the 5-year-old are doing individual activities. So they have to choose something individual to do. So they can paint, they can go play with the dinosaurs, they can sit on the couch and read books, they can do whatever they want, but it has to be completely independent of each other. I would love for this to be quiet time. My 4-year-old is not there yet. So a lot of times he's playing in one room, my daughter's sitting at the dining room table, and he's making noises. I don't care as long as they're not together. Because if they have a break from each other, then they play better the rest of the day. They don't get on each other's nerves as much. So we have independent time. This also is when I am usually taking care of the twins. So I'm feeding them lunch, I'm getting, cleaning up the other kids' lunch. I'm busy. So they have their independent time. Then at 2 o'clock, we have TV for the 2 big kids, the 2 1-year-olds are taking their nap at that time. The 2-year-old is usually still taking his nap, sometimes waking up about that time. So they each get to choose 1 TV show. And that brings it to about an hour. So from 2 to 3, the 3 babies are napping. This is the goal. The 2 big kids are watching a TV show, and mom has an hour break. And then at 3 o'clock, when the 2-year-old gets up, he gets to watch one of his shows. That's about 30 minutes. And then we have playtime, and then we have dinner, and then we have playtime, and then we have bedtime. So each of these, throughout the day, this is what the away day looks like. The home day is very similar, but I do have a little more structure in the morning since we're home. So we have get up, breakfast, and then we have chores and playtime outside first thing in the morning, because if we don't go out before 10 a.m., it doesn't happen because it is too hot, as you can imagine. So we do our chores, which is usually they have to clean up their room, everything off the floor, make your bed. That's about all they do at this age. If it's laundry, if it's cleaning the bathrooms, whatever I need to get done, I do it this time, and they can choose to come and help me, or they can choose to play. They do fold their own laundry. I have a video of that if you'd like to see how they help out with their own laundry, with folding and putting away in their clothes. I'll link that here. But other than that, anything else I'm doing, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning the living rooms, dusting, anything like that, I offer, would you like to help mom with that? If not, then you can go play. But this is time to clean. This is what we do in the mornings when we're on a home day. And then we have lunch and play and independent time the same, and then they each get to choose their show. This routine has helped a lot with not pleading for TV all the time. So they ask, can we watch a TV show? And I say, well, go check the clock. And they go, oh, it's only 1, or, it's not 2 yet. But they know to look at this and to look at the clock, which is super helpful. So all this to say, the biggest thing for us is routine. So we have these 2 types of days. There's little tips and tricks I've been doing this summer that have helped. So anytime we have an away day, here's some other little parent hacks. I pack their lunches in the morning, and we bring their lunches and in a cooler, and they eat that wherever we are at the away day. So say we go to the aquarium, we go to a park. If we are there until 10:30 or 11, we pull our lunches out and we eat there, and then we come home. It's just something different. It's something fun to have a picnic there. If we decide to come home first, we pull their lunch boxes out and they sit at the kitchen table and they eat their lunches at the table from their lunch box, which they think is fun, and it makes my life easier because usually when we're coming in, there's a lot happening. And so I don't have time even to make sandwiches because the twins need to eat, they need to lay down, all these other things are happening with the 2 one-year-olds and the 2-year-old, and that need to be taken care of. So it's a lot happening at once. So to have the lunches ready in the morning, just like we did on school days, I heard a house rule from the Lazy Genius that I kind of tweaked for us. And they said there is someone that is the leader or gets to go first for a week at a time, to help with siblings fighting and things like that. Only my 2 oldest care really who's first, the 4 and the 5-year-old. And so what I've done is the entire month of June, the 5-year-old goes first for everything. You are first to put your pajamas on. You are first to choose your TV show. You are first to get dessert. You are first to go to the bathroom, to wash your hands, to get in the car, to get out of the car, everything. You are first. And the 4-year-old doesn't have a problem with it because he knows it's June, and the 5-year-old goes first. In July, we'll switch and the 4-year-old will go first. So for an entire month, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to hear about it. They both know you go first this entire month, and then we'll switch in July and the other kid will go first. I don't know what we'll do when all 5 of them care who's first, who gets to ride in the front seat when they're older, who knows. But I do like the idea of not having to put energy into that, not have to break up their fights when who's next. So that has been really helpful. So those are 2 tips. Your daily schedule is going to look very different in the summer than it is in during the year. And so you want to be aware of that. What are your priorities? Are your priorities to have time to do fun stuff as a family? Are your priorities to not be stressed out? Are your priorities to quell the sibling issues that are going to come up with fighting? Are your priorities not to have too much screen time? So figure out what your priority is and then set up your schedule according to that. Remember, put your schedule in big chunks. You don't have to have it divided down to 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour. You can say, especially if your kids are older, from 10 to noon is free play, do whatever you want, and that can depend on you and your personality too. Maybe you're fine with saying in the morning we play, and that's just how our schedule looks. And then you can, move in and out of that with what you want to do. Maybe today you have a craft and tomorrow you don't have a craft to do with your kids, or you can throw TV in whenever you want. The TV being at a certain time has worked really well for us because it allows me to know when I'm going to have my time away from the kids to get something done, to sit on the couch and read a book, to have that break from me. But it also has helped the kids to not be whiny and complain about it all the time. So the screen time being a set time has been really helpful for us. Depending on if you work from home, if you work outside of the home, how many kids you have, what their ages are, all of that is going to be different. So you can't take exactly what I did and make it your own unless you're in the exact same, very similar to my lifestyle. But do what works for you and stick to it. The routine is really going to help you with the kids. So this is what our day-to-day looks like in the summer. And so far, 4 weeks in, the away schedule and the home schedule has really helped. We even have a calendar in the kitchen, and I write on there in blue so they see it always the same: away, away, away day, away day. And so when they get up in the morning, they look and say, oh, it's away day. What are we going to my kids are little and they really enjoy doing activities outside of the home. You know, this is their socializing and their excitement. So we have everything. The splash pad has been super helpful because it's water, so you're not as hot, but it's not me having to guard them with their life as in a pool. Pools can be stressful with a lot of little kids, as you can imagine. So splash pad has been wonderful. We also have an aquarium pass. We also do a lot of play dates with friends and cousins to get out of the house and to give them that interaction. And so they look forward to the away days, and they check the calendar to see what we're going to do. Is it going to be away day or home day? So those are my tips for the summer for routine. So I hope that that helps you with creating a schedule for you. Maybe you have a great schedule so far. Let me know what you're doing for the summer. Do you have a routine or a schedule you follow, or do you just wing it? Which there isn't a right or wrong way. It totally depends on your personality. I don't do well with winging it. I'm more of a planner, and so I have more stress when I try and wing it, and I'm more tired by the end of the day if I don't have some kind of plan. And if you are halfway through the summer and it's almost the end of June and you are stressed out and you find this video and you think, okay, I've got to do something because winging it isn't working, give it a try and let me know what you think. What are some of your tips, tricks for little kids or bigger kids in the summer? Let me know, comment below, and let me know if you would like to hear any other topics, parent hacks, whatever you're interested in seeing, let me know and I'll do a video on that next. Have a great day. Bye.